Claude is getting searched alongside the term digital marketing more than any other AI tool right now, and once you actually sit down and use it properly, it's obvious why. Most people are using Claude to write a caption here and there. That's not what this video is. This is the complete playbook, every setup step and every prompt shown live, so you can build a full marketing system with it, not just get better captions. Let's get into it. Setting up Claude correctly for marketing work. Before a single prompt, there's a setup step almost nobody does, and it's the difference between Claude giving you generic advice versus advice that actually sounds like it understands your business. Claude has 2 layers of memory you can build once and reuse forever. The first is Profile Preferences, found under Settings, and it applies to every single conversation you start on any plan, including free. This is where I put a short, permanent brief about the business, what it does, who it serves, and how I want Claude to communicate, tone, formatting, and anything I specifically don't want it doing. Here's what I actually type into that box. I run digital marketing for business niche. My audience is brief audience description. When I ask for marketing content, write in a direct conversational tone. Avoid corporate jargon. Avoid generic AI phrases like, in today's fast-paced world. And always ask one clarifying question if my request is missing key context like audience or goal. That single block changes almost every response that comes after it. The second layer is projects, available from Pro plans and up. And this is where the real system gets built. I create a dedicated project for each client or brand, and inside its custom instructions field, which supports a much longer brief, I paste in the brand voice, the offer, the target customer, and I upload the actual brand files, past campaigns, brand guidelines, competitor notes, straight into the project's knowledge base. Every new chat inside that project automatically inherits all of it, so I'm never re-explaining who the client is every time I open a new conversation. Once that's set up, everything below runs faster and sounds far less generic. Prompt 1. Full competitive analysis in 10 minutes. First, live prompt. Inside the project I just built, I paste in 3 competitor websites or landing pages and run this. Act as a senior competitive marketing analyst. Compare these 3 competitors based on positioning, target audience, core offer, messaging themes, trust signals, calls to action, and pricing signals if visible. Identify what all 3 have in common, then identify at least 2 specific gaps or angles our brand could use to stand out that none of them are currently using. Watch what comes back. Claude doesn't just summarize each site individually, it cross-references them, points out that all 3 are leading with the same generic benefit, and flags the exact phrases and structural patterns they're repeating. Then, it hands over specific, usable angles instead of vague advice like, be more unique. What used to take an afternoon of manually reading competitor copy now takes about 10 minutes, start to finish. Prompt 2. Complete content strategy for any niche. Second live prompt, and this is where the actual content plan gets built, not just a list of random post ideas. Using the competitive analysis above and my brand's target audience, build a 30-day content strategy. Break it into awareness, education, trust building, objection handling, and conversion content. For each piece, give me the content pillar it belongs to, a specific hook, the format, and the single goal that piece of content needs to accomplish. The key detail here is that last instruction, 1 goal per piece. Claude will happily generate 30 generic post ideas if you let it, but forcing a single clear job for each piece is what turns a list of ideas into an actual strategy with a customer journey behind it. I always follow up with a second prompt after the first draft. Now revise this so every hook creates curiosity in the first line, and make sure no 2 pieces of content are answering the same question. That second pass is where a decent calendar becomes a genuinely sharp one. Prompt 3, a 7-email nurture sequence, generated live third live prompt. This is the step almost everyone skips. What happens after someone actually opts in? Write a 7-email nurture sequence for offer. Email 1 welcomes the subscriber and confirms what they signed up for. Email 2 delivers a quick, standalone win. Email 3 names the real problem and why common approaches to it fail. Email 4 introduces our approach as the better path. Email 5 builds trust with a specific example or case study. Email 6 handles the top 3 objections around cost, time, and trust. Email 7 makes a clear, single next step. Include a subject line, preview text, and full body copy for each email, written in a conversational tone, not corporate. Watching this run live, you'll see it build the full sequence in one pass, following the customer's actual emotional arc instead of just cranking out 7 disconnected sales pitches. I always go back afterward and ask Claude to shorten anything that feels padded and make sure every single email ends with exactly one call to action, never 2 competing ones. Prompt 4. Ad copy for Meta, Google, and LinkedIn from one brief 4th live prompt. And this one saves an enormous amount of time because you're writing one brief instead of 3 separate sets of ad copy from scratch. Using this offer and audience, write ad copy for 3 platforms from a single brief. For Meta, write 3 short-form variations under 125 characters with a strong scroll-stopping hook. For Google Search, write 3 headline and description combinations optimized for high-intent search terms. For LinkedIn, write 2 longer-form variations with a more professional, credibility-driven tone suited to a B2B audience. Keep the core offer identical across all 3, but adjust tone and length to match how people actually consume each platform. What's genuinely useful here is watching Claude adjust register on the fly. The same underlying offer sounds punchy and casual for Meta, precise and keyword-driven for Google, and more authoritative for LinkedIn without losing the actual message in translation. Prompt 5. SEO content brief with keyword mapping. 5th live prompt. This is the brief I hand to a writer or feed straight into a tool like Surfer before anything gets written. Create a full SEO content brief for the primary keyword. Keyword. Include the search intent behind this keyword, a suggested title and meta description under 155 characters, a heading structure with H2s and H3s, 8 to 10 related secondary keywords to map naturally throughout the piece, and 3 internal linking opportunities based on typical topic clusters in this niche. The keyword mapping section is the part that saves the most time, since instead of manually researching related terms one by one, you get a structured list mapped directly to where each one should logically sit in the piece, which keeps the content from either missing supporting keywords or getting stuffed with them unnaturally. Prompt 6. 30-day social media calendar for any brand. 6th live prompt. And this is the one that turns everything above into an actual daily output plan. Build a 30-day social media posting calendar for brand niche, posting once daily. Assign each day a content pillar from awareness, education, trust, or conversion, rotating so no single pillar repeats more than twice in a row. For each day, give me the platform, format, hook, and a 1-line content description. At the end, flag which 3 to 5 days should be repurposed into a short-form video. This turns the content strategy from prompt number 2 into something a social media manager can actually execute day by day without guessing what to post next. And flagging video-worthy days up front means you're planning your best format for your best ideas instead of deciding that after the fact. The Master Claude Marketing Prompt Template. Here's the template that ties this entire playbook together, the one I actually reuse across new clients and campaigns. Copy this into your own project's custom instructions and adjust the bracketed sections. Act as a senior digital marketing strategist working on brand business name. Our audience is audience description. Our offer is offer. Our brand voice is tone description. When I ask for research, strategy, content, ad copy, or emails, always ground your answer in this audience and avoid generic marketing language. Ask one clarifying question if something critical is missing and default to a direct, conversational tone, unless I specify otherwise. Drop that into a project once, upload your brand files alongside it, and every prompt from this video runs sharper from the very first message, because Claude already knows exactly who it's writing for before you even ask. That's the complete playbook, setup, 6 full prompts, and the master template holding it all together. If you want this exact template as a copy-paste document, it's linked below. And if this helped, subscribe, because the next video is Faceless Digital Marketing. How to build a $10,000 a month business without showing your face.